This was way ahead of time, even before urban clap happened in India.
Oh, yes, yes. I believe we are the first company in India to have started this. This was way back in the year 2000. A business of very close to 3,000 plus crores have been transacted from 2015. I think humans are selfish. Right? It's about time that you also start enjoying life.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of Pathfinders. Pathfinders, as you know, is our podcast series where we bring out the success stories from businesses, listening to the founders, promoters, or the leaders which bring a completely different perspective about how the obstacles or challenges were overcome by them. I'm really happy that today at our studios we have Salil Chodankar, who is a serial entrepreneur and has got diversified business interests and something that he passionately pursues on his own as well. Thank you so much, Salil, for sparing time today.
Pleasure to be here, Andy.
There are so many things and they're so diversified. How do you juggle them all together?
Well, this is something that I learned over time. I started very young in business per se. In the first business, that's Strapex, we started with cleaning equipments. So that was the first time in India that a word called cleaning equipments was introduced. When we used to go to industries, our first challenge was someone with a jhadu. They used to say that, okay, this is 10 rupees and the machine that you're selling is around 3.5 lakh of rupees. But then our job that time was to create awareness. And we did it successfully. Today, if you go to see, cleaning equipments are more of a need than a luxury now, right? And then eventually I saw some need a niche area in residential cleaning. And that's where I came with the second company called Sampurna Property Care. And the idea was very clear that my people will come in the morning, they'll do the cleaning and they'll walk away in the evening. So that was something as a niche that was there.
This was way ahead of time, even before urban clap happened in India.
Oh, yes, yes. I believe we are the first company in India to have started this. This was way back in the year 2000. So, yes, you're right. Then, of course, BNI happened to me. I was a member and then we got this opportunity to build another region. So that's where BNI Pune West happened. And now, very recently, around 900 members are there on our platform, and a business of very close to 3,000 plus crores have been transacted from 2015. Glyphs CC, a relatively new venture and the first time ever in the world that we have created a platform for the word passion. All right. So what are we trying to do over there? Simply trying to get different people with different passions together, and the idea is that can you inspire others to also take up passion or maybe pursue their passion, right? And that's what Glyphs is primarily doing. That's another interest. And of course, I'm a wildlife photographer by heart. I love going to forest, I love traveling to jungles. That's meditation for me, and that's where I found that there is a lack of information to the community where one can find out different places where one can see certain species of maybe animals, birds or insects or just fauna for that matter. So that's where Clickstrail came in. Well, how do I find time? Something I learned in BNI is how to actually create structure in a day. Okay, that's one way. And second, do you have a great team who is there to support you? So I would say that's something which I created for me to have this kind of time.
Traditionally, cleaning solutions were not offered as services really, because the organizations used to invest heavily in their own setup, in their own people, in their own infrastructure and carry it out. But just like many other industries, services is also evolving. Where do you see it going forward in about another 10 years or so?
Oh, service industry is there for keeps. Eventually, we are going to find challenges in manpower. Eventually, we will transform to AI. There are already bots which are coming in the cleaning industry as well. So that industry is evolving, and the way I've seen it over so many years, almost 30 years now, in that line of business, I have seen where companies were overstaffed with people, and to now where they are understaffed.
Yeah.
Right? The demand is increasing because the square feet area is increasing, and we do not have enough manpower for that, or rather I would say skilled manpower for this particular applications. So it is evolving. It will require AI, it will require bots.
You spoke about AI, and I'm not able to strike the correlation between AI and cleaning. Tell me more about it.
See, like for example, applications are changing now. So I'll give you a very interesting analogy. So one of the most unseen area is a drainage, right? Or you have ACs all across now, the ducts over there, right? So how do you understand that you need to clean them? So there are now bots which you can control sitting over here, which will go inside. There are cameras over there, and they have the cleaning efficiency. They have different brushes. They have small vacuums inside. So as they go, they actually do the cleaning as well. So AI is getting all this information, delivering it to you, and we are using it for different applications.
Is it true that businesses continue to focus on core, and there are a lot of other factors which impact their decision making on peripherals? Peripherals like cleaning. Typically, in our context, in the context of our country, where to some extent chalta hai is a part of our DNA, and we say that it's okay. Let's just, as long as it does not impact our core, why should I take an overhead? Why should there be an incremental cost? Do you come across such type of companies, and how do you deal with them?
Okay, not anymore, because you have certifications now in ISOs. You have 5 S's. So this have changed the way companies are thinking now. Cleaning is an integral part of the entire thing.
Just like security drills are mandatory now, just like the security team protocols are necessary, cleaning has also become necessary. Yeah, and that's why.
You know, I visit a lot of companies. So in the workplaces now, what they have done is they have done clusters. So there are, let's say, 4 or 6 different machines, let's say CNC machines,
Right.
and the operator who is managing all those 4 or 6 machines is also supposed to keep that area clean.
Okay.
He is given the necessary apparatus which is required
Right.
to maintain his area clean. That's also a criteria now.
That's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like sharing the ownership with the people who are on the floor. It will be a responsibility.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's move to BNI, the other big area of passion for you. Connecting people, bringing them together for their own benefit. And it's absolutely pro bono,
Yes.
right? And because you are passionate about it. And businesses have gained a lot because, like they say, that one of the speakers here on our podcast series gave me a really nice quote. He said, your network is your net worth.
Yes, that's a very typical BNI.
Oh, is it?
BNI one. Yes, it is.
So when people come together and they do business, but there are some challenges at times because not every business is relevant for every individual, and the other way around is also true.
Correct.
But is it also true that most of the time when the participants turn up, most of them have their own motives behind drawing something which is meaningful only for them without really contributing? There are a lot of such people. How do you deal with that?
So, I think humans are selfish. BNI works on a principle called giver's gain. What does it mean? It simply means that if I have helped you to get business, sometime later, you will help me through you or through your connect, help me get business back again.
Okay.
Very simple
We help each other.
principle,
Yeah.
but very difficult to achieve. What we do is, in the few initial weeks of being a part of BNI, we actually spend a lot of time addressing this issue, wherein we try to explain how giving becomes more stronger and powerful
Yeah.
to receiving, right? Because in time, if you have given,
Yeah.
while you're giving, you're building your credibility and your trust,
Correct.
which actually comes back to you from someone else, and you gain more than what you've given.
So you invest first and then you get the return.
Isn't it the law of nature?
Yeah, that's the way.
You invest and you get more.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
If I look at the timelines and various milestones, say around late 90s, you got into a new product line on your family business and you ran it pretty successfully, and it is doing so well even today. And in about 10 years, then you got involved with BNI in 2008. Another 7, 8, 10 years, and then you moved into BNI because you realized that connecting people is necessary. Another few years and started to pursue your passion. So another few years, what should we look forward to? By 2030, 2035.
So this is, I think, a joke that all my friends make to me, that what's the next big idea. But I think I should stop now. That was a very conscious decision when I was discussing with my close friends that you need to do justice to your existing businesses and you need to do justice to yourself, right? It's about time that you also start enjoying life.
I really like the way you said that there is time that business needs and then there is time that must be invested in pursuing passion. But conventionally it is called as a rat race and everybody is chasing money and more profits and more revenue and all of it. It's an endlessly long cycle. And after completion of every orbit, people get into another orbit and they just keep going around. And in the process, some of them possibly never discover what they are passionate about. What is your advice to people in terms of how should they go about trying to find what is their inner calling?
So there's something I want to tell you. There is a concept called as empty nest.
Okay.
All right. Which means, like in a nest, when the chicks fly away, it's just the parents over there.
Right.
And in coming times, we are going to see more of that.
Right.
Where our children are going to move out and we are going to be here. Right. And what we are observing as of today is that jobs are becoming more demanding. Correct. Earlier you were doing around 8 hours and now you've moved on to 12 hours. Correct. So you've never given time to yourself.
Yeah.
Now the scary situation is when you start coming closer to your retirement. Today there are people who are retiring at a very early age of 45.
Right.
Or those who are retiring at 55. The very next day, they have no idea how they are going to spend their time.
Correct.
And that, I think, is going to be a very huge challenge. When we were brainstorming on this and when we were coming up with this company for passion, that was one of the things we realized, that we should encourage people to take up a passion at an early age, because passion is going to drive you ahead. You have something to look forward for. When you've retired, there is something that will keep on driving you ahead. And that's something that we need to address. That's a big problem that's going to come ahead and we need to address that. Like, when I say my passion is wildlife photography, and the reason Clicks Trail was a thought that I came up with was because I wanted to make my passion into something which is meaningful for others. When we say that, if you just like nature and you go and click and you place it into the app, you are creating an information base for the community, right? So this is something that keeps on, motivating you. This is something that makes you go ahead each and every day.
What is the name of the app, you feel?
This app is called Clicks Trail. So the clicks and the trail One word.
Oh, and it's on both Android and...
It's on both. It's on Android and Play Store as well. Yes.
Oh, very true.
So do download that and do share pictures. We'd love that.
In the past few years, you have had many such gatherings where you brought people together from different types of, from different walks, from different hobbies and passions in different geographies. And some of them were really unique and absolutely different and bizarre. You want to share a few examples from those gatherings?
No, absolutely. So one of the most unique passions we came across was that there is a whistling world championship.
People are passionate about whistling?
Yes. And India
Yeah,
is a gold medalist in that.
no doubt.
So there is someone in Mumbai who is the winner. And you'll be surprised that there are now whistling groups which are created. And they come together to actually sing songs.
Wow.
So whistling, yes, one. Second passion that I would really love to talk about is rock balancing. So there are very interesting, one of the passions that I found it interesting was the stone balancing. So where, this particular person actually created an arc
Wow.
balancing different sizes of stones. So imagine that a bigger stone is balanced on a very small stone and it still holds.
As much as I enjoyed conversing with Salil, I'm sure you found it deeply enriching as well because of the way he spoke about pursuing passion. And here are my 3 key takeaways from today's episode. Number 1, when it comes to innovation, even sky is not the limit. I mean, today I got to learn how machine learning is going to make drainage pipe cleaning more efficient. Really wonderful. The second one is the BNI punchline that says givers gain. If you want to gain something, you must start with the first step of investing in it yourself. And the third one is absolutely favorite of mine, which is about pursuing your passion. There is life beyond business. There is life beyond chasing numbers. Everybody must try and find what your inner calling is. What is it that drives you? What is it that you're passionate about? And it's not just another hobby. It should be passion. It's something that can keep you going for a very long time. And like I said, my own quote as usual, awareness is the first step to move to enlightenment. Thank you so much, Salil. It was really wonderful conversing with you today.
Thank you, India, and all the best for Pathfinders. This is a wonderful initiative and I wish you all the luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
We will come back with the next episode soon. Until then, keep scaling up.